And welcome back. Of course, it's time to get up close and personal right here on Alfajiri. And our guest today is a man whose story is quite fascinating. Spans from India to Dublin to Germany to Kenya, goes to Eldoret, sticks there. I mean, the love story just captivates, holds him there. I'm talking about Dr. Mishra right here. Of course, very many people, he's known as Kiprop. It's a story that you need to discuss here because you think about it and you're like, get out of here. You're lying. But he's going to tell us all about it. Daktari, karibu sana.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome to the show. And like I said, very fascinating story because you got a chance to travel quite a bit before you got to Kenya. What made you, when you got to Kenya, realize that, you know what, this is the place. I found the place I want to settle down.
1997, we came, me, my wife, and my little son, for 6 months to Kenya and Africa. First time we didn't know what is Africa. We had no clue. We just came, young people, and but adventurous. However, after 1 month, we decided to die here because of two reasons. The best people in the world we encountered after Asia, Europe, then Africa. Now, the two great qualities of great African people and Kenyan people are how to love and how to forgive. Made us to stay. And of course, the best weather in the world is Eldoret. Yes.
So you looked at your checklist and you're like, it ticks all the boxes.
Yes.
This is where we are staying.
Correct. And there's a lot to do. A lot to do in medical field, medicine, because that time, 97, Kenya, Africa, medicine, you know, very far. We are not in the primary level or maybe a little bit of secondary level. And then we realized it's better to become a head of a cat rather than tail of a tiger.
True.
So if we want to do something in life, come there where you can do something. So we started with Moi University, and the life started. I remember that time Eldoret has both public and private sector, 350 beds. No MRI, no CT scan, 2 X-rays, 1 old ultrasound, 4 or 5 theaters, no dialysis, no ICU. 36 specialists in the whole area. Today, after 20 years, we have 5,000 plus beds, both public and private. We have 3 MRIs, 6 CT scans, 200 plus ICU beds, 200 plus dialysis, 40 or 45 theaters, and 500 plus specialists. Imagine the transformation.
And you know, when you talk about that, there's the flip side to that. The fact that by the time you're coming to Kenya and visiting Eldoret, you are quite an accomplished medical professional. You'd gone for training in Dublin, you'd gone to Germany. So by the time you come here and you look at the medical facilities, they're not to, you know, your standard. You're used to state of the art. Most professionals, when they see that, they flee. They go back to where the skill set will be absorbed very quickly and everything is too much. But you decided to stay.
Imagine first fortnight, 2 weeks, I was fish out of water. I could not sleep because there's nothing. No laparoscopy, which I was trained for. No in vitro fertilization, which I was trained for. But now, then we decided, I used to go to Iten and Governorate, the 2 district hospitals, to do operations freely. And I enjoyed the simplicity of the people. I look at them. They love you. After you finish the operation with Dr. Kibosia, myself, and then Dr. Late Gadvi, now, and David Matthews from Indiana. So we saw the satisfaction of the people. You see their eyes. They pray for you, they love you. That made me to stay. Forget about it. Then we thought God will empower us to make Kenya one day Europe or India. Yes.
Okay. And as all of this is happening, like you mentioned, you came with a young son. And at that particular time, for most parents, okay, you're like, okay, fine, I'm in this place, my skill set can't be used, I want the best life for my son. How was that conversation with the wife? When you go back home at the end of the day, you can't use your skills in Eldoret, but you want to stay. How does that discussion go?
Initially, when I was talking to my wife, then she said, okay, after some time we go back to India. And she was in that thing for, but after 6 months or 1 year, we forgot India. Let me tell you. We are so used to now Eldoret, Kenya. We forgot. And we became busy at work. Day and night we used to work as young people. And then we got a very good school in Eldoret, Testimony. for my son, and he studied. Then he went to Gulab Luchap, and then life continued. Yes.
And what about the folks back in India? When you told them, okay, fine, thanks, guys, but this is it. This is where we're settling down.
No, truly speaking, my parents were very happy. Even they're happy today, and they said, no, you are okay. And India, Kenya, only five hours flight. From one part of India to another part also 5 to 6 hours.
It's almost the same thing.
Same thing. So, so there's no big deal. Yeah, but God sent us where we belong, and we're very happy.
Okay. And Daktari, when you talk about your life, it's a life that's marked with transitions every step of the way. Transitions from different parts of the world to here. Also in terms of your profession, from academia to business. What prompted that? From the staff room to the boardroom. How does that happen?
Frankly speaking, biologically, which I came from my tribe in India, where I was born, we don't do business at all.
Oh, you're not the business
no,
tribe?
no, not at all. We are professors, academicians, administrators, politicians, but never business. If you start taking a bank loan in my tribe in India, those days, they will moan. They'll say, you are taking bank loan? You will come to the road. Don't take bank loan. But however, I saw it is the passion for medical science, the technology, the super subspecialty and super specialty to bring to my Eldoret, to my Kenya. That was the passion. And to make Kenya as the destination of medical tourism and travels for East and Central Africa, 500 million people, and which is happening now by the grace of God. And so that prompted me to join business, so that if I start what I can, the best I can do. Then we started take a brownfield project, a shutdown hospital called Pacifica for 3 years. We took over in the name of Medihill, and Medihill started.
Absolutely, and it's grown by leaps and bounds. But like you said, you don't have a business background, and you also look at the lineage that you come from. It's not a particularly business-minded lineage. So by the time you're thinking, okay, fine, I'm going to jump into this field, how are you planning on navigating there? Because as you said, you are green when you're getting into this space of business.
You see, I always said to make business, you don't need money, but to make money, you need business. How? To make business, you need a vision. You have to be passionate. You should know the products, what you are doing business. And then goodwill of the people, blessings, and your integrity. And hard work, which I learned from Kikuyus of this country. Because hard work, don't sleep day and night. You work hard. But in business also, another great factor is called risk-taking. If you don't know how to take risk, don't go there, because you will hurt yourself physically and mentally. And then you go ahead and do the right things. Never cheat your clients. Never be over-ambitious. Do whatever you can do. Maybe by the grace of God, you are there.
And for you, what are some of the challenges that you've faced? Because, I mean, you've expanded across the region with Medihill. It doesn't come easy because we all see the successes. That's the problem with business. When on the outside, you're like, Daktari has had a good run. Everything is working out for him. But of course, there's some challenges you faced as well as you tried to grow the Medihill business.
Challenges are there everywhere. Challenges make you empowered. However, the challenges in running business in Africa and Kenya, we are not a manufacturing continent. We depend everything from outside our continent. So everything expensive, what we procure, number one. Number two, HR, human resources. We need adequate, upgraded, skilled, and experienced and exposed HR in high-end medicine practice. That is another challenge. Number three is our financial constraints, debt collection, and those things. But however, we are getting there. We challenge, we face a lot of challenges, but we overcome it. Now, as we are talking, we have 1,200 Kenyan employees, 200, almost 150 Indian employees, for experts from India, to transfer the technology, not to transfer the patients to India. So we have a lot of constraints. Let me tell you one thing today, the naked truth. my first house in Kenya will be completed by the grace of God end of this year. Every time we want to make a house, we postpone and then or cancel and then buy high-end equipments.
So this entire time, you've grown the business to different countries. The son has grown up, but you still don't have your own house because of the business.
Now I have my own house almost.
By the end of the year.
The end of the year, yeah.
But it's been a work in progress that entire time.
Yes, yes.
Wow. You know,
Yes.
people don't usually understand the extent of sacrifice it takes when you're doing something.
Yes, because of if you don't sacrifice, you don't achieve. And I'm a first generation businessman, hardly of 10 years or 11 years. So I have to sacrifice. I have to audit myself. If I don't audit myself, if I discipline not myself in the business, I have no other source of business money. Hard-earned money, a bank or loan, or myself, what is cash flow? That's all.
True.
Yeah.
And as all of this goes on, you've mentioned a very interesting point about medical tourism. And this isn't only unique to Kenya, but all around Africa, you'll find that very many people travel to India. What's that Indian magic that we can bring home and use here and just cut down that medical tourism?
I am from India. I'm a medic from India. I was trained both basics and masters from India. So I was exposed to India up to 1996. What India was 85 to 95, Kenya is in exactly that position. 85 to 95, 96, I remember my relatives, my friends and dear ones, they used to go for transplant surgery, replacement reconstruction, orthopedic surgery, or open heart surgery. They used to go to Europe or US. But now, today, India is one of the best destinations of medical tourism in the world. What made India to do that? Number one, the health policy, number one. Number two, health education. And number three, investment in corporate hospitals and private sector. These three made India to be grown in a large extent in medical tourism. But having said that, one thing I'll let you know, we Kenyans are now in that direction. 75 to 80% of medical practice we are doing now, what India is doing. Only 20% that is comprehensive cancer care, open heart surgery, and liver transplant, and cornea transplant, bone marrow transplant. That is sickle cell disease. Apart from that, we are at par. Look at replacement reconstruction surgery. Nobody is going to India now. Unless they want to go is a different story. But we have all the avenues. In vitro fertilization, we have all the avenues. Advanced navigated neurosurgery, spine surgery, non-invasive pain management, kidney transplantation, we are doing here.
Okay.
And so that's not a big deal. But Kenya is the younger sister of India by 16 years. Don't forget that. From Commonwealth country, from the colonial rule. So the thing is that we should talk positive. And luckily and fortunately, by the grace of God, our leadership, our president, and our deputy president, and all our leaders now have agreed, and they are passionate about universal health care and how to develop health.
Okay.
So Kenya has already become an example in whole Africa. Yes.
Okay. And let's switch gears a bit from the medical profession and what you were doing there to what happened to you also socially as you got to Eldoret, because you're really steeped in the society there. You know the people. I mean, for crying out loud, you're called Kiprop.
Yes.
How did that come about? It's not a nickname, it's an actual name. How did you become Kiprop?
After 6 months in Eldoret, because of my visiting to Eldoret, Iten and Kabarnet, I was invited by the then DC, District Commissioner Dado Hussain, who was our governor, ex-governor and now CS. He invited me to give me an award and recognition in Kabarnet.
Right.
So, ex-President Excellency Daniel Moi, Arab Moi, his friend, age mate, called Let Muse Bultut, he asked me in Kalenjin, which I was not, but I was translated. When you are born, I said, during rainy season. Now then you are Kiprop. So from that day, people started calling me Kiprop.
The name stuck.
And I think that name was given by Muse Bultut with a lot of blessings. We call Mulek. In Kalenjin, we say Mulek. That is Barak, blessings. And when an elder bless you, life is different.
Absolutely. And the blessings have, I mean, they've really poured on you.
Yes.
Because not only did the business, succeed, family has settled down in Kenya, you decided to take it a step further, another transition, like we said, in your life, and you thought, okay, it's time to get into politics. Why?
I never decided, I never knew I'll be a politician. Never. This is a ninth wonder for me. But however, it's a calling from God, first I'll tell you. And it is a perception, but you are already forced. I by nature, I'm an outgoing person. I'm very optimistic, extrovert. And I was a student leader in India. So there was already their element of leadership. Leadership means what? You take initiative. Now, the people, social interaction, Kiprop, now I become a household, friends. So the friends said, okay. So there is a man called Mr. Mayo from Eldoret. He is my great friend. He said in 2013, soon after election, he said, Mishra, Kiprop, you are the next MP for cases. Imagine, I didn't know the boundary of cases that time. I'm telling the truth. Then, I don't know, it started a wave, slowly. So 2015, mid-15, I asked my mother, who was in India, she said, okay, you want to join politics, but can you deliver? If you deliver, go there. Otherwise, don't spoil for yourself. Same evening, I asked my wife. They didn't know that I am asking. My wife said the same thing. So then I decided to join.
But you know, the thing is, with politics, even with those who go in with the best of intentions, they really find that, politics is a murky world. Yes. And what you thought from the outside and what you find in there, totally different things. So you have all these good intentions, and you get in there and you're swallowed by the system. How was it for you once you got in as MP of Keses?
I believe it depends upon you, how you play your politics. If you want to do positive politics, constructive politics, development-oriental politics, the outcome is very different. If you put yourself into politics, your own interest, your own greediness, your greed, your future planning, it never comes. You work for the people, it will come automatically. You never mix your politics with business, never use politics or political platform or that position to gain your personal gain, then forget your career in politics. But imagine the people stood from day to night, early morning, and voted for you, and you cheat them. No, that is not politics. That is called conmanship. So, however, I am still learning politics because I'm a beginner, but now I'm 9 months, 8 months as an MP seat. Sometimes it gives some frustration, yes. Sometimes some excitement, sometimes depression, sometimes regret why I joined politics, for what. Sometimes, no, I did a good job. so it's a mixed thing. But however, at the end of the day, if you do good job, people will love you and God will bless you. Yes.
And for you, since you're barely a year in office, I'm sure the times you meet with your colleagues, probably you're having a coffee before a hearing. At times, do you just challenge them and like, what's that? There are 20 MPs who've gone to Russia to benchmark. I mean, there are better things that could have been done. All of these particular issues where you're like, okay, fine, we're earning this amount of money. How about we slash it? Because clearly, even the Kenyan citizens are wondering how we're earning all of this. Do such, discussions happen within the corridors of parliament? And how does it, go down? Of course, for many citizens, they wonder, these guys, do they really know what we're going through?
Can I tell you truth, or
Please.
You want me to not to tell truth?
Truth is all you want.
I speak the truth. Now, please, my colleagues, I'm addicted to them. Now, in the parliament and Senate, when you sit in that tea lunch or whatever, wonderful people. And each and every politician, I saw one thing, they have above IQ. They are not
Very sharp.
Very sharp. They may look some of them look very timid, but they are very intelligent, I'm telling you. Number one. Number two, everybody has a heart to help the people. Look, in doing politics in a developing country is a different story than doing politics in Canada, US, and UK. Because we have limited resources. We are elected by the people. When you go in the weekend to the constituency by Friday or Thursday evening after the parliament, people expect a lot of things from you.
Right.
I know and we know how we colleagues do our kamukunji to collect money so that we assist somebody in our constituency. So please, let us talk the positive aspect of the member of parliaments. Today there is nobody, CS or PS, or there is no ministers from the MP or something. So we don't have source of corruption, by the way. If you say, Mishra, I look for money, corrupt money, I will look, but I won't get anywhere. But however, member of parliaments and senators are doing an exuberantly good job. Look at Kenya today and compare with other African countries where we are. We are very far. And don't forget the contribution of legislators. And let me tell you, corruption is there. I congratulate our president and deputy president that they have taken a step to abolish corruption. But MPs and senators are with them also to empower them and their vision. But sometimes we argue. I thought before joining politics that the way we talk in microphone against during campaign, it will happen the same thing. But it never like that. I am more close to ODM people and Ford Kenya or other people, Ford people, than my Jubilee. Because Jubilee is mine. You know, don't tell me that I'm more close to my girlfriend than my wife. So the thing is that we are more close and friendly to opposition people.
True.
And they also teach me, they teach me a lot of things. And we interacted, we learn from each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And even as we wind up and come to a close, very many people might think you just got the name Kiprop, but very many people don't actually understand that you're actually fluent in Kalenjin. You can speak it, you can hear it, and you're fluent in Kikuyu as well. How did that come about? How did you teach yourself these languages, just living in Eldoret?
You see, my constituency geographical as it is from Timborwa, from Zakaya up to, beyond Timborwa up to town. So it is 25% Kikuyu, 75% Kalenjin, 72%, 3% is other tribes. So I'm very fortunate. I say I'm the young daddy of both Kikuyu and Kalenjin. I call them Tom and Jerry. Kalenjin is Tom and Jerry is Kikuyu. So Tom and Jerry, they always like the same relation. But having said that, they're wonderful people. I'm very happy. And we work together. My team Mishra, I have Team Mishra, CDF, constituency team, my advisors, patrons, everybody constituted equivocally from all the 4 wards with all the ethnic group. So we have no problem.
Okay.
And then language is a great thing. If you learn language, sometimes my meeting is both Kikuyu and Kalenjin. So I speak Kalenjin, then translate to Kikuyu.
A one-man show.
Yeah, I mean, I love them both of them.
Okay.
And I always call them a husband and wife. So they ask me, who is the husband and wife? I keep quiet.
Okay. And, even as we wrap up, because we are already out of time here, I just want you to tell your KSS people something in Kalenjin, and then you'll translate for us. So look into the camera and go for it.
Jamige bikap KSS. Jame Yamune. Jamege Boisiek, Jamege Chebiosok, Jamege Lagok, Jamege Neranik, Jamege Tuka, Jamege Tugul, Big Tugul. Anegure Kiprop, your MP, Kolei, Mommy Siasa, Boisenek Kitio. Go over rich, Nebo Barak, Jehovah. Bye. King Ole King. Thank you.
What did you just? I know the Chamge was hello. So you greeted a couple of people. And
all elderly women, like Mulega Aturi, Mulega Atumia, Mulega Ainake, Mulega Airetu, Mulega Tuana, Gainuega, Gaijega.
Okay.
Igoro Munomuno.
Thank you so much, Manaki. Thank you so much. You leave it at that. Ne jaga, as he would say. At this point, let's move on to find out what's happening on the roads, because the situation on the roads, not good at all, especially as you inch closer to 8 o'clock. But if there are Panya routes, Shiro is definite to find them. How's it looking on the Barabaras right now?
And let's just take a look, see if there are any Panya routes available to you at 3 minutes to 8. That's a lot of optimism right there. Let's start off with Mombasa Road, see what that situation looks like. If that would just happen really quickly, I'd really appreciate that. All righty then. Okay, all right, we are on Mombasa Road. Let's take a look at what the road looks like. Mombasa Road, traffic has actually started almost at the Oil Libya service station, stretching and crawling along at a near standstill up until the Nyayo Stadium roundabout there, as you can see. All right, let's look at Langata Road, see what that situation looks like. Let's just zoom in just a bit so you can see the bigger picture. Langata Road looks good all the way until the T-Mall roundabout, but Mbagathi Way is a complete disaster. Traffic stretching all the way from the T-Mall roundabout all the way until the City Mortuary roundabout. Let's look at Ngong Road really quickly, see what that looks like. Ngong Road, one of the places, a really good place to start is at the South End Bypass. And as you can see, traffic is very busy if you're coming from Karen, all the way from the South End Bypass into the junction stage and past that, past Adams Arcade into the Prestige Plaza roundabout. Of course, traffic starts to ease up once you pass the Bishop Magwa Center into the City Mortuary area. Owings Kodak is very busy indeed as you head into past the DOD into the Silver Springs roundabout. But as you head down into town, Valley Road is flowing freely until you get to this Pan-Afric, and then starts to build up slowly as you get into the GPO roundabout there. Now, if you're coming into town from the Museum Hill Westlands area, that does not look good at all for you. We are now flowing from Museum Hill into the University of Nairobi roundabout. Things are not looking good there at all. Finally, let's finish up on Thika Road. Things are not looking that bad, actually. Traffic is flowing smoothly past the Allsops area, but once you get to the Kenya Utalii College, traffic is actually quite chock-a-block heading down into the Pangani area. Kiambu Road does not look bad at all, heading down into the Muthaiga area. Limuru Road as well, looking good as we head into Parklands. Let's take a look at a tweet there. Let us know what is happening in your neck of the woods. Remember, even though you are leaving the house, you can catch us live on our website. That is www.mediamax.co.ke. But of course, there's traffic jam from Githurai 45. It's moving up until Utalii College. And of course, that's when things get quite crazy. That is your traffic. Woo! I'm going to fall down and die one of these days. That is your traffic as at 8 a.m. Right here on K24 Alpha G. On the other side of the break, if you're happy to be single and you know it, clap your hands and tune in. We'll be right back.